All right, fellas, I want to invite you to take a moment and imagine something with me. Picture waking up tomorrow morning and feeling a surge of vitality, a robustness you maybe haven't experienced in years, perhaps even a decade or more. And this isn't from some pill, some artificial enhancer, or some risky procedure that's got you worried about potential side effects. Instead, imagine achieving this natural potency simply by using your own hands, dedicating just a few minutes each day, and applying some very specific techniques that work with your body rather than against it. One of the most common concerns I hear from guys in their 40s, 50s, and even 60s is the loss of something they used to take for granted: morning erections. These automatic, almost effortless signs of virility, which used to arrive naturally, now fade with the passing years, leaving many men wondering if that spark is gone for good. But the good news is this: you have way more control over the situation than you think. In fact, today, I'm going to share with you 3 incredibly important acupressure points located directly on and around your manhood that have the potential to reignite your natural erection mechanism. When stimulated properly, these points help to boost blood flow, relax the smooth muscles needed for the little guy to stand tall, and sharpen the sensitivity of the nerves. The result is that you can reclaim those strong, natural morning salutes from back in the day. No pills, no gimmicks, no surgery. Just watch this video all the way through, and you'll know exactly where these points are, how to stimulate them safely, and how often to practice for optimal results. But before we dive into the step-by-step instructions, I want you to fully understand why these techniques are so effective. Because once you grasp the science behind it, you'll realize you're not just simply pressing on skin. You're actually influencing a complex system designed to provide you with strong, lasting erections throughout your life. Let's start with the very basics. An erection isn't some random mechanical event. It's the result of a delicate and harmonious coordination between your brain, your spinal cord, your blood vessels, your nerves, and your muscles. It all starts with nerve signals. When the brain perceives stimulation, whether it's through direct contact, sensual thoughts, or even subconscious activity during sleep, it sends tiny electrical messages down the spinal cord and into the erectile tissue of the penis. These messages instruct the smooth muscle fibers inside the penis to relax. As they relax, blood rushes into the spongy chambers, also known as the corpora cavernosa. As these chambers fill with blood, they swell up like balloons, putting pressure on the surrounding tissues. This pressure compresses the veins, which are responsible for carrying blood out of the penis, trapping the blood inside and creating an erection. Think of it like a dam system. The arteries open up, water, meaning blood, flows in at a high rate, while the floodgates, meaning the veins, clamp shut, keeping everything locked down inside. The result is a strong, firm erection. However, like any other biological system, aging takes its toll on the equation. Over time, many subtle changes occur inside the body. The blood vessels lose their elasticity, meaning they don't expand as easily as they once did. This decline in flexibility makes it harder for blood to rush in and get trapped. Conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, and chronic inflammation accelerate this process, leading to sluggish blood flow in the pelvic region. At the same time, the nervous system slows down, too. The electrical signals, which used to zip quickly from the brain to the penis, now take longer and become weaker. It's as if the wires carrying the message have become frayed, and the signal isn't as sharp or powerful as it used to be. This combination of sluggish blood flow and weakened nerve signals is one of the main reasons why morning erections often disappear after age 50 or 60. For many men, this seems like an inevitable part of aging. But the truth is this: you absolutely can reawaken and retrain these systems. And one of the simplest and most effective ways to do that is through acupressure point stimulation. When you press or massage certain points on and around your genitals, you're not just simply affecting the skin. You're activating clusters of sensory nerve endings, which are directly linked to reflex pathways that play a critical role in controlling erections. These signals don't just stop at the local area. They radiate into the pelvic nerve plexus, and then up to the sacral region of the spinal cord, the location of the body's natural erection center. When stimulated, this network instructs the smooth muscles to relax, the arteries to expand, and blood to flow more freely. But that's not all. Certain acupressure points also have an influence on your pelvic floor muscles, those sling-like muscles that help to support and stabilize erections. By stimulating these muscles, you can improve their tone and reactivity, making it easier not only to achieve an erection, but also to sustain it. Think of it as upgrading both the software and the hardware at the same time. Essentially, you're resetting the entire system, sharpening the signals, and training the body to respond more effectively, like rebooting a computer that's been running sluggishly for years. Acupressure point number 1, the root groove. The first acupressure point I want to introduce is called the root groove. This point is located right at the base of your penis, specifically where the shaft connects to your pubic bone. To locate it, simply run your finger along the underside of the shaft until you feel the erectile tissue merge into the deeper structures anchored within your pelvis. You'll notice a small groove or a slight indentation at this location. Why is this particular spot so important? Well, just beneath the skin is a dense network of sensory nerve endings, including branches of the dorsal penile nerve, as well as key vascular connections responsible for supplying blood to the erectile chambers. In other words, this is a command center, a point of convergence for nerves and blood vessels. When you stimulate this area, you're essentially lighting up both the nerve pathways and the circulatory system. It's like flipping a master switch that initiates the communication process between your brain, your spinal cord, and your penis. How to stimulate the root groove? Place your thumb directly onto the root groove while using your other fingers to support the back of the shaft for stability. Apply a moderate amount of pressure, not enough to cause pain, but enough to feel the tissues beneath. Use your thumb to make slow circular massaging motions, allowing the warmth from your hand to radiate outwards. If you feel the tissues beneath becoming softer or looser, gently increase the pressure. You might notice subtle sensations, such as a mild warmth, a tingling feeling, or even a sense of fullness. These are signs that blood flow has been improved and responsiveness has been enhanced. Do this for about 90 seconds each day, ideally in the morning, before you even get out of bed, or while you're in the shower, when the heat has already helped your tissues to relax. After several weeks of consistent practice, you'll be retraining the sensitivity and responsiveness of this command center, setting the stage for stronger morning erections. Acupressure point number 2, the perineum. The second acupressure point is located in a more private area. The perineum, the soft tissue area between the scrotum and the anus. Many men completely overlook this area, but in fact it's an erection powerhouse. Why? Because the perineum sits directly above the bulbospongiosus muscle, a key player in supporting erections. This muscle acts like a clamp, holding blood inside the penis when you're aroused, which is what ensures the rigidity. However, over time, this muscle can weaken, especially if it's not exercised regularly, leading to less reliable erections. How to stimulate the perineum? Sit comfortably or lie on your back with your knees slightly apart. Use your index and middle fingers to apply gentle but firm pressure to the center of the perineum. Make slow, deliberate circular massaging motions while maintaining a steady pressure. Continue this for about 2 to 3 minutes. While you're massaging, you might feel a warmth radiating towards the penis or a slight buzzing sensation. These are signs that blood flow has been improved and the muscles are being activated. To further enhance the effectiveness, you can combine perineum massage with Kegel exercises before or after performing it. This combination will help to strengthen the pelvic floor muscles while promoting blood flow. Acupressure point number 3, the Glans Ridge. The third and final acupressure point is located in one of the most sensitive areas on the male body, the Glans Ridge, the rim where the head of the penis meets the shaft. This area contains thousands of sensory nerve endings that function to transmit stimulatory signals to the spinal cord. When stimulated gently and rhythmically, the Glans Ridge helps to sharpen nerve responsiveness, making it easier to transition from arousal to full erection. How to stimulate the Glans Ridge? Gently hold your penis with your thumb and forefinger, placing them on either side of the ridge. Apply a light pressure, just enough to feel it, but not enough to cause discomfort. Hold for about 5 seconds, then release. Repeat this motion for 1 minute, then transition to slow circular massaging motions around the entire ridge for another minute. The goal here isn't overstimulation, but rather to gently reset the nerves, teaching them to respond more quickly and efficiently, like fine-tuning the body's arousal system. Now that you know the location of the 3 acupressure points, here's the complete sequence I recommend you follow. Root groove, circular massage for 90 seconds. Perineum, steady massage for 2 minutes. Glans, ridge, press and release for 1 minute, followed by circular massage. In total, you'll only be spending less than 6 minutes each day. But in those few minutes, you can completely reset the way your body responds to stimulation and reclaim those strong, reliable morning erections you've been missing. I want you to have realistic expectations. This isn't some magic button that's going to deliver instant results. Your body needs time to adapt, retrain, and strengthen the systems that support erections. Most men will start to notice subtle changes within 2 to 4 weeks, such as a feeling of warmth in the morning, erections becoming firmer and lasting a little longer, or increased sensitivity. With consistent practice, these results will accumulate over time, leading to stronger and more reliable function. Supportive habits for maximum results. Working on the acupressure points is powerful, but the benefits will be amplified when you combine it with healthy lifestyle choices. Stay hydrated. Blood flow depends on blood volume and fluidity. Pelvic floor exercises. Regular Kegel exercises will help to strengthen the muscles you're targeting through perineum massage. Nutrition. Foods rich in antioxidants, omega-3s, and nitric oxide precursors, like leafy greens and beets, will help to improve vascular health. Sleep. Deep sleep helps maintain testosterone levels, which impacts erection strength. Exercise. Regular physical exercise helps maintain robust blood flow and prevent hardening of the arteries. When you create an environment where blood flow, nerves, and muscles are all working in harmony with one another, your body will become far more responsive. Gentlemen, weakened or disappearing morning erections are not an inevitable life sentence of aging. Your body still holds the blueprint for strong, natural performance. It just needs the right cues and stimulation to remember how to work. By stimulating these 3 acupressure points each day, the root groove, the perineum, and the Glans Ridge, you can retrain the nerves, improve circulation, and restore muscular reactivity. This method is safe, drug-free, and completely within your control. Invest just a few minutes each day, and in return, you can regain not only firmer morning erections, but greater overall confidence and vitality. I encourage you to give these techniques a try consistently for the next month. Pay attention to the changes in your body and share your results. And remember that your sexual health is intrinsically linked to your overall health. It's a reflection of your circulation, your muscle tone, and your overall energy levels. So treat your body well. Work on these acupressure points daily, and you'll see that getting older doesn't have to mean the end of firm, reliable erections. Picture that area, all cozy and comfortable, as the secret to supporting and maintaining strong erections. When you dedicate attention to those muscles, you're not just simply exercising, you're actually improving their tone and their rate of response. This helps make achieving and maintaining an erection not just simpler, but something you can count on. It's akin to completely tuning up your system, both the software and the hardware. Essentially, you're hitting the reset button, sharpening the signals and retraining the body to perform at its best, similar to reviving a sluggish computer. Now let's talk about acupressure point number 1, the penile root groove. This is the first point I want to emphasize. It's located right at the base of your little buddy, specifically where the shaft connects to your pubic bone. Finding it is simple. Just run your finger along the underside until you feel the hard part merge into the deeper tissues anchored inside your pelvis. You'll notice a small indentation or groove right there. So, why is this specific location so important? Well, just beneath the skin, there's a whole network of sensitive nerve endings, including branches from the dorsal penile nerve. It's also the location of vital vascular connections that supply blood to the chambers that fill when you get an erection. Essentially, it's like a command center where nerves and blood vessels converge. Showing some love to this area is like turning the lights on for both the nerve pathways and the circulatory system. It's like flipping a master switch, starting the conversation between your brain, your spinal cord, and everything down below. Here's how to work on the penile root groove. Place your thumb directly onto that groove while using your other fingers to support the back of the shaft. Press down with a moderate amount of force, not enough to cause pain, but enough to feel the tissues beneath. Use your thumb to make slow circles, letting the warmth from your hand radiate outwards. If you feel the tissues getting softer or looser, slowly add a little more pressure. You might notice some subtle sensations like a mild warmth, a tingling feeling, or even a sense of fullness. These are good signs that blood flow is improving and things are getting more responsive. Do this for about 90 seconds each day. The morning is ideal, even before you get out of bed, or when you're in the shower, when the heat has already helped everything relax. After practicing this consistently for a few weeks, you're basically retraining that command center to be more sensitive and responsive, setting the stage for some impressive morning salutes. Next up, acupressure point number 2, the perineum. This second point is in a more private area, the perineum, which is the soft tissue located between the scrotum and your backside. A lot of guys completely overlook this area, but it's actually a powerhouse when it comes to erections. Why? Because the perineum sits directly above the bulbospongiosus muscle, which is essential for maintaining a strong erection. That muscle acts like a clamp, holding blood inside the penis when you're aroused, which is what ensures the rigidity. But over time, it can weaken, especially if you don't exercise it regularly, potentially leading to less reliable erections. So, how do you work on the perineum? Sit comfortably or lie on your back with your knees slightly apart. Use your index and middle fingers to press gently but firmly into the center of the perineum. Make slow, deliberate circles, maintaining steady pressure. Continue this for about 2 to 3 minutes. While you're massaging, you might feel a little warmth radiating towards the penis or a slight buzzing sensation. These are signs that blood flow is improving and the muscles are waking up. To make this even more effective, you can combine some Kegel exercises before or after the massage. That combination will help strengthen those pelvic floor muscles. That brings us to the blood flow enhancement phase. And finally, pressure point number 3, the Glans Ridge. This final pressure point is located on one of the most sensitive spots on a man's body, the Glans Ridge. That's the ridge between the head and the shaft. This area is packed with thousands of nerve endings that send signals to your spinal cord when you get turned on. When you give it some gentle, rhythmic attention, the Glans Ridge helps the nerves become more responsive, which makes it easier to transition from just being interested to being fully erect. Here's how to work the Glans Ridge. Gently hold your penis with your thumb and forefinger, placing them on either side of the ridge. Apply light pressure, just enough to feel it, but not so much that it's uncomfortable. Hold it for about 5 seconds, then release. Repeat that for a minute. After that, switch to making slow circles around the entire ridge for another minute. The goal isn't to become overly aroused, but to gently reset the nerves, teaching them to respond faster and more effectively, like fine-tuning your body's arousal system. Now that you know where the 3 pressure points are, here's the complete routine I recommend you follow. Penile root groove. Massage in a circular motion for 90 seconds. Perineum. Massage with steady pressure for 2 minutes. Glans Ridge. Press and release for 1 minute, then massage in a circular motion. In total, you'll only spend less than 6 minutes each day. But those few minutes can completely change how your body responds to stimulation and deliver the strong, reliable morning salute you've been missing. I want to make sure you have realistic expectations here. This isn't a magic bullet that will produce instant results. Your body needs time to adjust, retrain itself, and build up the systems that support erections. Most guys will start to notice some subtle changes within 2 to 4 weeks, like a feeling of warmth in the mornings, erections becoming firmer and lasting a little longer, or just feeling more sensitive. If you stay consistent, those results will compound over time, leading to more powerful and reliable performance. Here are some additional habits that will help you get the best results. Working those pressure points is already beneficial, but you'll experience even bigger improvements if you incorporate some healthy lifestyle choices. Hydration is crucial. Blood flow depends on both blood volume and how easily it flows. Pelvic floor exercises. Regularly doing Kegel exercises will help strengthen the muscles you're targeting with the perineum massage. Nutrition. Consuming foods rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and nitric oxide boosters, like leafy greens and beets, will help maintain healthy blood vessels. Sleep. Getting enough, deep sleep helps maintain optimal testosterone levels, which affects the strength of your erections. Exercise. Regular physical activity helps keep your blood flowing freely and prevents your arteries from hardening. When you cultivate an environment where your blood flow, nerves, and muscles are all working in harmony, your body will respond much more effectively. Guys, if you're experiencing weak or vanishing morning erections, it's not a life sentence that you just have to accept as you get older. Your body still knows how to function powerfully and naturally. It just needs the right encouragement and stimulation to remember how. By stimulating those 3 pressure points each day, the penile root groove, the perineum, and the Glans Ridge, you can retrain your nerves, improve your blood flow, and reactivate those muscles. This method is safe, doesn't involve any drugs, and you're completely in control. Dedicate just a few minutes each day, and you can regain not only firmer morning wood, but also greater overall confidence and energy. I encourage you to try these techniques consistently for the next month. Pay attention to the changes in your body and share your results. Remember that sexual health is part of your overall health. It's a testament to how well your blood is circulating, how strong your muscles are, and how much energy you have in general. Take care of your body. Stimulate those pressure points each day, and you'll discover that getting older doesn't have to mean the end of strong, reliable erections. Let's move on to boosting blood circulation. The last key point we're going to focus on is pressure point number 3, specifically the Glans Ridge. You can find this final pressure point located on one of the most acutely sensitive areas of the male anatomy. That's right, the Glans Ridge. To be more specific, we're talking about the distinct ridge situated between the head, or glans, and the shaft of the penis. This area is incredibly rich in nerve endings. It's basically a hotbed of sensory information. Thousands of these nerve endings are constantly relaying signals to your spinal cord when you experience arousal. By gently and rhythmically stimulating the Glans Ridge, you can significantly enhance the responsiveness of these nerves. This heightened sensitivity facilitates a smoother and quicker transition from a state of mild interest to a full and robust erection. So, how do you effectively work this area? It's quite simple. Using your thumb and forefinger, gently grip your penis, positioning your fingers on either side of the Glans Ridge. Apply a light yet noticeable pressure. The key is to apply just enough pressure to feel the stimulation without causing any discomfort. Maintain this gentle pressure for approximately 5 seconds, and then release. Repeat this process for a full minute. After that, change your approach by gently tracing slow, circular motions around the entire circumference of the Glans Ridge for another minute. The goal here isn't to push yourself into a state of intense arousal. Instead, you're aiming to gently reset the nerves, retraining them to respond both faster and more effectively. Think of it as fine-tuning your body's natural arousal system. Now that you're familiar with the locations of these 3 crucial pressure points, here's the complete routine that I wholeheartedly recommend you integrate into your daily life. Start with the penile root groove, massaging it in a circular motion for a total of 90 seconds. Next, move on to the perineum, applying consistent and steady pressure for 2 minutes. Finally, address the Glans Ridge, alternating between pressing and releasing for 1 minute, followed by another minute of circular massage. All told, this routine should only take up a mere 6 minutes of your day. However, don't let the short time commitment fool you. These few minutes can fundamentally alter how your body responds to stimulation, ultimately leading to the dependable and robust morning salute that you've been missing. Now, I want to be sure we're all on the same page when it comes to expectations. This isn't some kind of instant fix or magical solution that will deliver immediate results. Your body requires time to adapt, retrain itself, and strengthen the underlying systems that support erections. In most cases, men will begin to notice subtle, yet encouraging changes within 2 to 4 weeks. These changes might include a sensation of warmth in the mornings, erections that feel firmer and last a bit longer, or simply an overall increase in sensitivity. As you continue with the routine and remain consistent, these results will gradually accumulate over time, eventually leading to a noticeable and sustainable improvement in performance. To maximize your results, here are some additional habits that you can incorporate into your lifestyle. While directly working those pressure points is already beneficial, you'll unlock even greater improvements by adopting some healthy lifestyle choices. Staying properly hydrated is absolutely critical. After all, adequate blood flow depends on both the volume of your blood and how easily it's able to circulate. In addition, regular pelvic floor exercises, such as Kegels, can significantly strengthen the muscles that you're targeting with the perineum massage. From a nutritional standpoint, focus on consuming foods that are rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and nitric oxide boosters. Think leafy greens and beets, as these will help keep your blood vessels healthy and functioning optimally. Don't underestimate the power of sleep. Getting enough deep restorative sleep helps maintain optimal testosterone levels, which in turn directly impacts the strength of your erections. Finally, prioritize regular physical activity. Exercise helps keep your blood flowing smoothly and can prevent the hardening of your arteries. By cultivating an internal environment where your blood flow, nerves, and muscles are all working together in harmony, you'll find that your body is able to respond much more effectively. So guys, if you're struggling with weak or disappearing morning erections, please know that it's not an inevitable life sentence that you simply have to accept as you age. Your body still possesses the innate ability to function powerfully and naturally. It simply needs the right encouragement and stimulation to remember how. By consistently stimulating those 3 key pressure points each day, the penile root groove, the perineum, and the Glans Ridge, you can effectively retrain your nerves, improve your overall blood flow, and reactivate the dormant muscles in the area. This approach is entirely safe, doesn't involve any medications, and puts you firmly in control of your sexual health. By dedicating just a few minutes each day to this routine, you can reclaim not only firmer and more reliable morning erections, but also a greater sense of overall confidence and vitality. I strongly encourage you to commit to trying these techniques consistently over the next month. Pay close attention to the changes in your body and be sure to share your results with others. Always remember that sexual health is an integral component of your overall well-being. It serves as a powerful indicator of how well your blood is circulating, how strong your muscles are, and how much energy you possess in general. Take good care of your body, Consistently stimulate those pressure points, and you'll discover that growing older doesn't necessarily mean the end of strong, dependable erections.